Good morning, everyone, and it's a very good morning as it is cruise ship morning. Today I'm on board the Norwegian Joy. I go by the legend. That is my wonderful girlfriend Molly. In this video we're going to show you all around the ship, all the activities, everything there is to do, all the food, all the bars, all the attractions. And we're going to start off here at the main pool area, which is a very functional pool area. First of all, you got the giant widescreen Jumbotron. A lot of times they'll use it as a screensaver. They'll have concerts on here. In the evening there'll be movies.
Yep.
They'll use it when they do some deck activities and stuff like that, as like a Jumbotron like you'd see in a sports stadium. You do have two pools, one over here and then one over there. I really like that one because you do have the little waterfall kind of aspect to it.
I also like how you have sitting areas where you can put your feet in if you don't want to.
Yes, and you can see over there's a band getting ready to play on the stage. And then if you got little ones, they've got a pretty nice splash area with the tipping bucket and little kids' water slides and neck climbs. There's also a couple of hot tubs over here, as well as two different pool bars. And there are some water slides as well. This big blue one here, that is the Aqua Racer. That's gonna be the tube slide on board. And what makes this one really neat is that they have like translucent designs. So as you're going through the tube slide, it's they do some really, really cool patterns. And there's also one more slide over here. And without a doubt, the craziest thing on the ship, I think, has to be the Ocean Loops, which is this wild, wild water slide over here. Now you enter into a drop pod, which is kind of like a glass coffin. Then like some musical play or countdown will happen, and the floor will drop out from under you, and you go zooming down the water slide over the side of the ship, up into a loop, and then to a second loop before finally coming back. It's pretty terrifying, but the view you get from up there is stunningly amazing.
Yes, you don't feel like you're going upside down either. I'll give you that. But I like how there's two different slides. You have your thrill ride, and then you have your tube family slide.
Yes, and this one, it's actually a lot of fun to watch because sometimes people won't make it all the way around.
And that's why it's kind of terrifying.
That guy made it no problem.
Yep.
But it's fun to watch, and the visuals of it going over the side of the boat are really, really neat. Here's another view of that looping water slide, and you can see how it really does hang over the side of the ship. There goes a scream, and there goes someone. Are they gonna make it all the way around? Yes, they are, just barely. Something very unique here on the Norwegian Joy is the Norwegian Joy Speedway, which is their go-karts at sea, obviously located up here on the top deck. Now it's going to be an upcharge attraction. It'll run you about $15, and you get to go about, looks like 7 or 9 laps. And it seems like a lot of people have big time problems with that turn right there. Now this is the kind of thing where you're going to get your race time, as you can see on these boards, and you're not really racing anybody else, like to try and pass people like in NASCAR or something like that, but more trying to get the best lap time. I didn't personally do this. They look like they go a little slow for me for $15.
It's a very unique attraction though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful day for it too up here. On the top deck, towards the back of the ship, is where you would find their mini golf course.
It's very simple, but well kept up.
Yeah, like this, the ninth green is really, really long for a mini golf course on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend coming up here to play a round or two. On the back of the ship, on the top deck, you'll find Spice H2O, which is home to one of the biggest hot tubs I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it holds 39 people.
Yes, and there's also a bar back here, as well as a Jumbotron. Now this is used for a couple different things, and the big thing is used for deck parties.
Yes.
We're on a 5-night cruise. They did 2 different deck parties out here. Also, like yesterday was a port day. We were the only people in the giant hot tub. It was wonderful. One very unique attraction here on the Norwegian Joy, up on deck 20, as high up as you can be, there is a laser tag arena. Now, unfortunately, this is an extra charge attraction. I believe it is $10 if you want to come and play a game of laser tag. We didn't do it on the boat. If it was free, we would have definitely done it, but it does look pretty neat, and it's a pretty good sized laser tag arena.
It is, and I like how there's cameras that you can watch your friends or family.
On deck 15 in the front of the ship is one of my absolute favorite places on board. This is the Observation Lounge. One of the biggest lounges I've ever seen on a cruise ship. Floor to ceiling, like 2-story windows. These couches here are amazingly comfortable.
Yes, if you get one of those.
Yes. And this is a great place to watch you sail in, sail out of a port. Just enjoy sea day and the air conditioning and the comfy chairs.
It's one of my favorite places on the boat.
Oh, absolutely. And there is a very nice bar in here to do some musical entertainment in the evening. There's also a Starbucks location up here. And there's like a mini buffet as well. For the morning, they do pastries. They do a really good snacks from like 2:30 to 5:30. I had a sausage roll here yesterday. It was wonderful. Kind of hidden too. It has not been very crowded at all on our ship here in the observation lounge. On deck 7 in the middle of the ship is one of my favorite places on board the Norwegian Joy, and that is the Local, your 24 hours kind of diner restaurant. They've got breakfast, they've got snacks, late night food, dinner food. Let's go have some food.
It's also a good place to watch some of the Atrium activities if you don't want to participate.
Now let's take a look at the menu here for the Local. This will be like the all-day menu, not the late night menu. There'll be a much limited option later on in the day, but soup of the day, beef chili, Cobb salad, Caesar salad. My personal favorite, the half dozen chicken wings. The buffalo's been my favorite. I haven't tried the barbecue yet. Spinach and artichoke dip, pretzel bites with a beer sheets fondue, sausage sliders, loaded nachos, and they get more traditional kind of handheld items of Reuben, a chicken salad, a fish sandwich, cheeseburger, Wrangler burger, ooh, onions, blue cheeseburger, 2 different types of hot dogs, and it does continue over here. They also do a special of the day for dinner. Oh, cottage pie potato skins. That sounds pretty odd. Fettuccine carbonara, the Blue Blade special. That changes every night. We've seen meatloaf, we've seen chicken parm, spaghetti and meatballs. And also the brownie raspberry swirl cheesecake is fantastic. Got some food over here. The spinach and artichoke dip. We haven't had this yet. This looks really good.
It looks really good.
And my personal favorite, I've had buffalo wings probably twice a day on every day of the ship. And they're really tasty. They're crunchy, they're little, so they're good if you want a snack or a late night thing. I really like the Local here on deck 7. The cheeseburgers also showed up, and that looks really, really tasty.
The Wrangler.
Yes. Got the barbecue sauce and sauteed onions, bacon, nice melted cheese. Right here by the Local, they also offer a small arcade. Now, it's not going to be as big as the one upstairs in the Galaxy Pavilion, but they still have a bunch of very modern games. You got your high-value prize games, as well as your video games. Lane Master, Papa Shop Basketball, Trains. Now, these games, they're all extra cost. They are not included with your cruise. And the prices vary. So, like, if you want to play basketball, it's $2.28. They got the big Halo Fireteam Raven game. Deal or No Deal, and the Star Wars Battle Pod. On deck 6, you'll find the Atrium, which is kind of like the heart and soul of the Norwegian Joy. They do all sorts of stuff in here on our cruise. There's been music in here, trivia in here, game shows in here. They're getting ready to show a movie in a couple minutes.
They use the screen a lot, which is really, really nice.
Yes, and there's all sorts of stuff in here as well. There's going to be a photo studio, so if you want to take fancy pictures, that'll be over here. There's an internet help desk, so if you can't figure out how to get on the app or how to get on the internet.
Or need internet if you didn't purchase it.
Yep.
And you want a computer.
There is a Starbucks, very important for some. A very nice Atrium bar that runs the standard bar menu.
Which is nice because with all the activities, there's a bar right there.
Also showing off the Louis XIII for the very wealthy. Moving along to the other side of the Atrium, you do have a lot more couches and things like that. This is also where you'll find your cruise next desk. And a pretty good offer. We will probably buy something on board.
Which we never did.
Yeah, we've never done that before. This cruise 41, we've never bought anything on board. But there's a pretty good deal, and there's double points and that kind of stuff. There's also guest services and a shore excursion desk down here. Right now we're currently at deck 6 in the middle of the ship at Malting's Whiskey Bar. And there's no entertainment in this lounge. It's just kind of hang out and chill. So if you want to enjoy some nice chairs, have a good conversation, as well as if you're a whiskey fan, it's going to be where you want to be. They have a specialty drink menu that's really, really nice. Lots of cocktails. And not only whiskey cocktails. So like whiskey personally for me is not my liquor of choice. And there's plenty of other stuff. Like right now, I'm drinking a gin drink called the Eastern Legacy. Molly got the honey lemonade, which looks really good.
Yep.
And then do have to show off the whiskey list is pretty fantastic.
Very inexpensive.
Yes. They also do whiskey flights in here too. So you can get like 5 whiskey samples for $20 or just do them one at a time if you're on the beverage plan. But I do like this lounge, and it's a nice place to hang out and really just relax. On deck 6, in the middle of the ship, you'll find the Social. which right now is set up for comedy. It's going to be a multi-use venue. So sometimes it'll be stand-up comedy, sometimes it'll be like the art auction, and some nights it's going to be the nightclub on the ship. I've enjoyed the stand-up comedy, I've enjoyed the nightclub, and it's a pretty solid venue.
Yeah.
On deck 8 in the front of the ship, you'll find one of my favorite areas of the Norwegian Joy, and that is the District Brew House, which is their craft beer bar. I'm a huge fan of craft beer. I try to drink as much of it as I can, and they've got 19 different beers on draft. They've got tons more in the bottles and cans, and this also doubles as a sports bar. On some cruises, this is the piano bar on board the boat. We were in here watching Monday Night Football, and that was awesome. They pumped in the audio. The crowd was really active. And then they do something very interesting, the All-Stars. So if you come on the first day of the ship, you could tell them you want to sign up for the All-Star program. It's free, and they'll track all the beers you had on the boat. And this is the all-time one, so people like on their cruises are drinking like 59 beers. My friends, I wasn't kidding about the craft beer love. I'm in first place in the beer drinking competition here on the boat with a substantial lead. I'm feeling pretty good about my chances, guys. I'm drinking a Fat Tire. I love Fat Tire. That was my 20th different beer I've had on this bar in the ship. Located on deck 7 in the front of the ship is the Joy Theater. This is the main show lounge on board the boat. It's very big.
Yes, I like the sight lines.
Yes, no bar in here. Now, normally this has a couple of big shows during your cruise. It would be things like a Footloose, like a 90-minute Broadway musical, or a singing, dancing acrobat show called Elements. During our cruise, well, we didn't get any of that.
Yes.
We're cruising in January of 2021. Certain things are happening in the world, but they still put on 2 shows every night, 1 or 2 shows in this theater. So it was like a tribute to Elton John and a tribute to Whitney Houston, acrobatic act. We just watched a tribute to Freddie Mercury. That was really fun. So, you know, you got to deal the card you're dealt, and they still put on a really good show for the guests here on the ship. Something I absolutely love about the Norwegian Joy is this area here. This is the waterfront. It's the outdoor section of deck 8. It goes almost all the way around the ship, and they've got lots of lounge chairs out here. They've got bars out here, outdoor dining out here. So if you're eating at, I think, Ocean Blue, Cagneys, La Casina, or the Bistro, you can eat outside over here if you want to get that ocean air. Also wraps almost all the way around the boat. Not all the way around.
You can't get to the front section.
Yes. But especially if you just had a big meal, or you just had 5 beers and you're feeling really full, you can come out here, take a walk, get some ocean air. They also have free binoculars out here to use, so if you this is like an island off in the distance, or maybe you got lucky and saw some wildlife, you'd also get an up-close look at that. But really, really fun area. Nice comfy chairs everywhere. Gives you a good view, especially if you're like us, where we have an interior cabin. So we can hang out here and relax and see the ocean. If you're on the Norwegian Joy, definitely take a walk all the way around the waterfront to the back of the boat, because you will see they have these glass floors. It's weird though, they don't look at the ocean, they just look at the bottom of the ship, which is a little odd, but you do get that great view of the aft of the ship. A very unique concept out here on the waterfront outside of the Sugar Cane's Mojito Bar. You get the Sail and Sustain Bar, which is dedicated to all eco-friendly cocktails. They'll have a different cocktail every day, and this one is rum and then second-use bananas. These are bananas like they would have on like the buffet or at breakfast that were about to go bad. They took it and made it into a syrup and mixed it with rum and bitters.
It's really good.
It's a pungent cocktail.
It's strong, yes.
But I've liked stopping in here every day to see the different cocktails. So they're very, very wild. Located on deck 8 in the middle of the ship, you have the Cavern Club, which is a satellite location for a famous club in Liverpool where the Beatles were discovered and all sorts of famous musicians have played. Norwegian did license it, and they now have it on some of their ships. We're going to head inside here. And this venue is used for different things. There's a band in here on some nights. It is the karaoke club on some nights. I believe most of the time on most cruise ships, they have a Beatles cover band playing in here.
It's a very small venue.
Yeah, it's very intimate. It's very awesome. But if there's an act you want to see, I would recommend getting here early, because there are maybe 60 seats in here at most, which makes for the experience is great. On our ship, there was a Guns N' Roses band, and we listened to 2 sets. We sat over there at the bar, had a bunch of drink. It was really, really fun. They did a whole set with like 90s grunge music and a whole set of Pink Floyd music.
Yep.
We're currently in the Deck 8 midship at the Sugarcane Mojito Bar, which is one of their probably their main cocktail bar on the ship. They obviously specialize in mojitos. They also have some kind of roughly kind of tiki bar drinks as well. So I'm drinking their take on the classic Saturn. There's different types of entertainment in here. We've seen a Latin duo band. We've seen a piano guy. One minor complaint about this bar is a lot of pre-batched cocktails. Like Molly's got the cocoa mojito, they made that one fresh. My Saturn came out of kind of a pre-mixed jug kind of thing. But they still have a lot of nice cocktails in here, like the raspberry guava mojito.
That was really good.
Yeah. There are 3 main dining rooms here on the Norwegian Joy. First, you have the Manhattan room, which is the biggest and largest dining room, located in the aft of the ship on deck 7. It is beautiful.
It is.
But if your ship is moving at any, you could get really bad vibration back there. We down there on night 1 of our cruise, which had rough seas, and it was a little rough. Then in the middle of the boat on deck 6, you have Savor and Taste, where we're going to be dining tonight, and we're going to show you our whole dinner experience. We have sat down at the table. Now let's take a look over the menu for this evening. The appetizers, some of them are new and some of them are there every night. Ooh, scallops, grilled flatbread, the bruschetta we've had, and the smoked mozzarella ravioli with the lobster cream sauce. We have that as well. Both those were very, very good. French onion soup, a couple of salads. Now your classic entrees, they would be there every night of your cruise. And the featured entrees, obviously, would be just for today. So we got prime rib, tomato and basil stuffed chicken breast, citrus grilled salmon, seafood orzo, mushroom ravioli, veal scallopini Oscar style, and then some wine recommendations. So a pretty solid menu. This is night 5 of the ship, and dinner in the main dining room, I think, has been really, really good.
Really good.
When you're in the main dining room, the first course that comes out is a bread course. You have some butter as well. And each night, it's been different breads, which makes it really fun. The appetizer course has arrived. Molly went with the scallops, and I went with the flatbread. Our main courses are served, and dinner looks pretty good tonight. Molly, you went with the chicken breast stuffed with mozzarella cheese.
Yes.
And I went with a classic, the prime rib, a very healthy portion. I love the fried onions on top. It is dessert time. They bring you over a different menu for dessert. Tonight there's a raspberry truffle cake, a key lime cheesecake, French opera cake, a strawberry Napoleon, and a cafe pâte de crème, as well as some fruits. Tough choice. For dessert, Molly went with the key lime cheesecake, and I went with the raspberry truffle cake. On deck 7 in the middle of the ship is where you will find the casino on board.
It is a little bit of a weird layout.
Yes, it's very long. It takes up almost the entire deck. But I do love the secondary atrium that it brings with it, with the stairs and the chandelier.
And they change lights on the stairs and everything.
Yeah, the colors change. Now the casino's gonna have all your casino favorites. Unlike many cruise lines, the casino here on the Norwegian Joy, it is a non-smoking casino, which as me, a guy that doesn't smoke, I kind of enjoy it. Now there are different sections that are kind of glassed off that will have smoking in there.
A lot of casino or slot machines.
Yes, they do have video poker. I was playing video poker at the bar the other day. And I feel like if you are a gambler, you will get plenty of things to gamble with.
Yes.
But I definitely approve that it's not really smoking. And there's something neat at the casino over here. We are getting to the smoking side. So if you see this little glassed off room, that is where, if you are a cigarette smoker, you would go do your smoking.
Which is nice because it's for everyone.
Yeah.
And then we have the bar over here.
Yeah. And the big giant big wheel game. This bar is interesting. It's the Skyline bar. Very friendly bartender.
Yes.
You play video poker, watch I think it's only 3 different Skylines, and then listen to this virtual band.
It is interesting because the virtual band changes members and outfits, and it's very unique.
Yeah.
It is very unique.
On deck 16, in the front of the ship, is where you'll find the Garden Cafe, which is the main buffet on board. It is lunchtime on a sea day. Let's go check out what is for lunch. The first section of the buffet you get to is the drink station, so lemonades, tropical mango, strawberry, kiwi, iced tea, as well as your coffees, your teas, hot chocolate, things like that. And if you want a more adult beverage, there is a bar in the buffet area. It wouldn't be a cruise ship buffet without the soft serve ice cream machine. This section of the buffet, we got a burger bar, French fries, hamburger. This is interesting. Volcanic burger with chili cheese sauce and crispy tortillas. We got some hot dogs, buns. Looks like over here we got toppings. Yes, sauerkraut, chili con carne, mushrooms and onions, grilled bratwurst. Then your garden section to load up that burger however you wanted to with, you know, your lettuce, tomato, onion, and pickle. Next up we got pizza. 3 pizzas every day. There's always a cheese. There's always a pepperoni. Now this one changes, and today it is carbonara. And also breads. I like the breads because they have these pretzel rolls, and those are delicious. There's a large salad section of the buffet. Not really my thing, probably more your thing, Molly.
Yeah.
Different stuff though, like look at this. Charred cauliflower with capers, garbanzo bean salad, tomato salad.
The tomato salad looks really good.
And then you get to kind of make your own kind of super salad. This is one of my favorite stations of the buffet, the pasta area. So you can do some pasta over here. Ooh, artichoke cream sauce. Or you can have them flash up some pasta and meatballs. The meatballs are really good. I like to use both the white sauce and the pesto sauce, and some meatballs in there. Really, really good. We got some hot items over here. Pork piccata, lemon oregano potatoes, baked fish bolognese, grilled vegetables. We got a soup station with 2 different types of soup. You got a minestrone and a pasta fagioli. Penne pasta, chicken bolognese, meatballs, more potatoes. There's a section over here with some fresh fruit, all cut up nicely. Towards the back of the buffet, on the left side, you'll get the Taste of India, which is something they do every day for lunch. I am not even going to try to pronounce what that is. I think it's a chicken tikka. I don't know the first word. You could Google it. We got some rice, or some dal, butter chicken.
Butter chicken looks really good.
More rice. And what's over here? Aloe vera, paneer, more dal, and then cauliflower. Look at that.
Yeah.
Cauliflower pakroa. There is a carving station for every meal. Today is whole roasted chicken with Italian herbs. We got some chicken Milanese, gnocchi with mushrooms, meatballs, and veggies. And then fish and a corned beef and sauerkraut sandwich.
And the sour.
For dessert, there is a no sugar added strawberry Napoleon, Italian cream cake, a ricotta cheesecake, Italian cream pie, zuppa inglese, jello, apricot walnut chocolate torte. I would say I've liked the buffet on the ship. The desserts haven't been super strong. Ooh, but it is pound cake day. 3 different types of pound cake. This station always has like fancy sandwiches. So you get an open place flatbread with parma ham, arugula, pearl tomato, and tapenade, an egg salad sandwich, and they repeat. The last section of the buffet on the right side is the Taste of Asia. So we got steamed rice, fried rice, hot and sour carrots. That's interesting. Some sweet and sour shrimp. Every day they have these shrimp crackers, and then a noodle station. Something very unique to the Norwegian Joy is the Galaxy Pavilion. It is not only the arcade, but also a virtual reality arcade. And it's pretty neat. I've never seen anything like this on a cruise ship. I've seen cruise ships with like 1 or 2 VR things, but not with this many. Now let's talk pricing, because this is unfortunately not a free thing. Any of the VR stuff is going to be about $8 per play, and we're going to show off a whole bunch of them because they're all neat. Like they're doing extreme drone racing. Looks pretty fun.
It does.
And now there's different packages you could buy as well. So like you could I think if you want to do any VR for 1 hour, it's like $29. All day is like $49. And it's not all virtual reality in here either. You have the Dark Ride 7D by our buddies over at TrialTech.
Yes.
With a bunch of different movies. If you get one of those packages, the only thing that would not be included is this here. The F1 simulator is more expensive. This is gonna run you $20. Probably cool for some of the other in-the-loop guys that love F1 stuff. I am not one of those. But I love that they have the full race car.
Yes, that's very nice.
Yeah. You got people over here playing some sort of exterminator game. That looks fun. There's one where you're in an old-timey hot rod race car.
This is the one that I think would trip me out the most.
Yes, you walk the plank, so you get harnessed in, and then you walk the plank. But in virtual reality, it looks like you're hundreds and hundreds of feet into the air.
Walking between like two skyscrapers or something.
Yep. You got one where you're in a robotic war over here, like those guys. This is fun because that's like you're flying.
You've done this before.
Yeah, yeah. You lie down, and it's like you're hang gliding, or you're a bird. It's pretty weird.
And they have a fan on the
Yeah, to give you that.
Gives you the feeling.
You got more racing games over here. And some more virtual reality stuff. This one's called the Finger Coaster. So you get to go over here and like Google what kind of roller coaster you want, and then you get to ride it. You've also got one all about dinosaurs. And this one's kind of cool, called The Descent, where you're in a virtual reality elevator kind of thing, going downwards. Now it's not only VR in here, it's also where they have their normal arcade. And there's ticket games, there's non-ticket games. If you do win any tickets, you'll cash them in at this machine here. And you can win Toy Story stuff or dinosaur stuff. And you can see the games down this way.
Haunted Park 2 is interesting.
Yes, that looks really fun. You got more racing games over here. Air hockey, Jurassic Park, House of the Dead.
It is interesting that they have a VR one.
Yes, and this will be a better value than these VR games because this one, 2 people could do for $7. Those, it's 1 person for $8. And I've done those and I've done this, and the quality is very comparable. And right by the arcade area in the Galaxy Pavilion is where you'll find the Entourage Team Club. Now, Molly, you and I are nowhere near being 13 to 17, so we're not going in there.
Far from that.
On deck 17, near the back of the boat, you'll find the fitness center on board. And guys, I fail. This is when I'm walking in here now on the last day of the ship, is the only time I've been to the fitness center. Brought my gym clothes, brought my headphones.
I was about to.
Wanted to go to the gym.
I was about to, but then a bartender just started giving me shots. And after a shot, I'm no longer wanting to go to the gym.
Yes.
But it looks really nice.
Yeah, I love any gym that has like the treadmills and the ellipticals kind of facing out onto the water. One thing that's a very big deal here on the Norwegian Joy is specialty dining. Now, these are restaurants that will not be included with your cruise. They're going to be an upcharge. Most of them are all a la carte restaurants. I believe there are 8 in total. That's what we're going to show you now in this next segment. Located here on deck 8 in the back of the boat, you'll find 2 of the bigger ones. Le Bistro, which is the French restaurant. You also have the beautiful A-list bar. And then we're going to be dining for our one and only specialty restaurant at the Cagneys Steakhouse. And I'm excited for this. It's gonna be over here. Now let's take a look at the Cagneys menu. Everything is a la carte. Now if you're on the dining package, like we got 1 credit based on when we booked the cruise, you get a starter, a soup and salad, 2 of the sides, a dessert, and an entree, which is a ton of food. Now if you want to see this menu in detail, just be sure to pause the video at any point. Very nice menu. They also have a lot of dining packages too, like you could do like 3 nights of specialty dining for $99 and things like that. So if you want to do just a couple, you could do that as well, or you could buy a la carte. And now we gotta make our tough decisions. We have placed our order here. I'm drinking a little bit of the bubbly. Molly got a blush wine. And then we are served what's more or less a football of rosemary bread, as well as some butter with the Cagneys logo on top. Now, if you're on that ultimate dining plan like Molly and I are, you get 2 appetizers or a soup and a salad, that kind of thing. So she got the shrimp cocktail, which those are really, really nice looking shrimp. And I got the Caesar salad. And by I got the Caesar salad, I mean I'm giving it to Molly because the appetizers are a lot of seafood, a lot of salad, so it's not really a me thing. The soup course is served, and I went with the baked onion soup, which looks and smells amazing. Molly, you went with the lobster bisque, but you definitely see the lobster in there. Again, presentation is wonderful. The main course is served. Molly, you got a beautiful, beautiful looking lamb chop.
Looks delicious.
Yes. And for your sides, with the dining package, you get 2 different sides. You got the sauteed mushrooms and the onion rings. For my sides, I got a tripod of Parmesan dusted fries and some mashed potatoes. And for my main course, I went with the 8-ounce filet mignon. I asked which sauce they recommended, and they said the maitre d' herb butter. It smells great. It looks great. I am so excited for this. I am pretty full after all those courses, but it is dessert time. There's a raspberry creme brulee, 7-layer chocolate cake, classic apple pie, OMG butterscotch cheesecake, and a warm apple cinnamon cardamom crisp. Tough choice. The dessert course has arrived. I got the butterscotch cheesecake, which is a nice medium-sized dessert. Molly, good luck.
That is giant.
Yes, the 7-layer chocolate cake. That's hefty there. On deck 6 in the middle of the ship, you'll get teppanyaki, which is a specialty restaurant, but it's going to be probably the most fun specialty restaurant, as this is where they put on the big show with the hibachi and they cook right in front of you. And these are a lot of fun. It's a pretty big sized one. They're pretty expensive. I think it's around $40 to $50.
It's the only upcharge restaurant that's not a la carte right now.
Yes, but it's fun. On deck 6, towards the front of the boat, you will find Q, which is the upcharge barbecue restaurant here on the ship.
I love the entrance.
Yes, and it's well, I think it's one of the larger signature dining kind of experiences. They also have live music in here almost every night. I think you might be able to come in and sit at the bar during certain hours of the musician.
Yes, that is what the cruise director has said. We haven't done it.
But it's a nice space, big theater and screen and stuff like that. And I like the neon sign as well. On deck 8 forward, you'll find one of the more unique options here for specialty dining. That is Food Republic. It is kind of a fusion between a sushi bar and Latin food, served like tapas style, and you order off tablets. Also, this one opened for lunch on some of your sea days.
Yes, we saw a cooking demonstration.
With the sushi, yeah.
Sushi. Look good.
On deck 17, right by the pools, you'll find the American Diner, which is the only upcharge restaurant on one of the upper levels. And probably your most kid-friendly one. I love the chairs and the seats in here.
Yes.
Because they're done up like old-timey cars.
And they tell you about the type of car that they're modeled after.
Yeah, which is really, really neat. As far as the food, it is going to be like your traditional diner type stuff. Not somewhere I would probably eat on the boat, but I feel like if you have kids, they'll probably enjoy this one.
They do usually have breakfast.
Yes, complimentary.
Yeah, complimentary, but on our cruise, since it was limited capacity, they didn't do the breakfast.
On deck 8 in the middle of the ship, you do have a couple more upcharge restaurants. You got La Cucina, which is the Italian restaurant, an a la carte Italian restaurant. You also over here would have Ocean Blue, which is the seafood restaurant. And then where we're gonna go is the Cellars, which is the wine bar on board the Norwegian Joy. Now, I'm not a wino. Molly, you enjoy it on occasion.
I do.
But the way they have it presented in here is really, really neat.
Tablets are wonderful.
Yes, so they don't have like paper menus or anything like that. You get to pick, and search your wines on these tablets by anything. Like you could have it arranged by price. You could have it arranged by white, red, sparkling, rosé. They have 111 different wines in here, some by the bottle, some by the glass. And Molly's now searching for white. And then we're going to put the price range into by the glass on the beverage plan.
Just $15.
Yep. And then
these are
our options. It's a really cool system. Also, if the cruise line was to run out of any wine, they could just 86 it on the app and it would be off the app, unlike a paper menu.
It also gives you information like what types of flavors and
ABV.
where it's from.
Really cool. And they've got everything from your $8 a glass bottle of wine to your multiple $100 bottles of for a bottle. So pretty cool spot. Located on deck 6, right by the aft elevators, you have this kind of interesting little alcove, home to a big model of the Norwegian Joy cruise ship. So you can see all the different things on it, like the laser tag up on top, and the go-kart track and things like that.
You can also see the painting, which I love how each
the whole design.
Yeah, ship has a different design.
And you also have all these plaques. So whenever the first time the Norwegian Joy would go to a cruise port, they'd be given one of these, and they hang them up over here. And it's interesting because this ship's about 5 years old, but it's been all over the place. Japan, Alaska, the Caribbean, and more. So kind of fun to take a look at these. The only main guest area on deck 5 besides staterooms is the Splash Academy, which is the kids club on board. And I don't think it's being run on our ship, but if you have little ones and you're cruising sometime in the future, this is the kids club section. Very colorful entrances. On deck 17, in the front of the ship, is what's known as the Haven. This is kind of the ship within a ship concept for people that are staying in suites and the nice levels of suites. And there's going to be like a restaurant in there, a lounge, things like that. We are staying in the interior, so that's all I can tell you about this one. Also by the main pool area, you will find a couple of ping pong tables, as well as giant chests. Well, this completely empty area of the boat here, this is what's known as the Vibe Beach Club. And this is going to be another upcharge area, so you can buy a pass, I think, for a day or for the length of your cruise. And if you want that kind of upgraded sunbathing experience, you also got some very private looking hot tubs over here, and you get the nice padded loungers.
The hot tubs have a nice view.
Yeah, that really nice, and plus there'll be nobody in them. Not very popular on our boat, but it might be something for you. On deck 6, in the middle of the boat, you'll find the art gallery on board. And pretty much, I think, like almost every day of the ship, we're on a 5-night cruise, they've done an art auction almost every single day.
Yes, or unveiling of paintings.
Yeah, so the artwork does change throughout the ship. It's not going to be the same pictures throughout your entire cruise, which is kind of neat. Right now, it's very much up our alley. It's all like a lot of the Disney and Thomas Kincaid stuff. So if you're somebody that's into buying the artwork on the boat, you'll probably get a pretty good selection here. They have a lot of variety and a lot of space to hang them all up.
And it changes a lot.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen this one.
Nope. Off the waterfront, right by the Food Republic, you do have the cigar lounge, which is for cigar smoking only.
It's pretty fancy in here.
Yes, it is. Not very big. You could buy cigars, and there's cognacs and spirits you can order in here.
It is interesting because they only have a few smoking sections on board.
Yes.
There's this, the casino, and then they have an outdoor area in the H2O.
And this is only for cigars. Like, you can't come here and smoke your cigarettes.
Yes.
On deck 16 is where you'll find the Mandara Spa. It'll be located towards the back of the boat. Now, Molly, you and I, we're really not spa people. So we really didn't look too far into this one on the ship. There is a salon service as well as a barber shop. On deck 8 in the middle of the ship, that's going to be your main area for shopping on board the Norwegian Joy. And there's a couple different types of shops. They'll always do some sort of sale and stuff in these main islands.
Yes.
Over here's going to be your fancy jewelry and watches. Your photo gallery is going to be over there. And so if you took pictures on board, that's where you go to buy them. And then I'm going to take a look at our favorite store, which would be this one. This is where you get kind of your logo merchandise from the Norwegian Joy.
As well as perfumes.
And perfumes. And leather shorts?
So,
Yeah.
as far as like the experience,
Alrighty.
transitioning from childhood to
So we've got
that might stay a little bit. I think.
Norwegian Joy coffee mugs with like the whole art on it.
And when we
Oh, the jacket's really nice.
Yes. We've got jacket, a fleece, a polo, a pullover. Let's see, what else do we have? T-shirts, pants, wooden postcards. That's neat. I like the coaster. Shot glasses.
Hand towels,
Yep, kitchen towels.
beach bags.
Yeah, the tote bags are pretty nice. One thing we're bummed they don't have on the boat is the ship ornament. I guess we're sailing kind of just after Christmas time, so
They do have ornaments, it's just not
yeah. The ship model
Yeah.
and some items from the various ports of call. Some Life is Good style of merchandise. And then fancy purses over here, including this line of nautical dog purses, which is adorable. A little bit separated from the other shops on deck 8 is Sandbar, which is their duty-free liquor store. Some pretty decent prices in there too. On deck 6, right by the atrium, you'll find the card room and library here on the ship. And lots of places to play your card games, and a good amount of books.
Good amount of games too.
Yeah, look at that. Yahtzee and Uno and chess, Clue, Chutes and Ladders, different crosswords and Sudokus. And it's really interesting, Molly, they even have a travel section for books.
Look at that.
But you know what they don't have? Experience the Point, the unofficial guidebook to Cedar Point by our own Andrew Hyde. But you know what? I think, Molly, now they will have it. We're going to leave a copy here in the Dropbox. So now you can enjoy Hyde's book here on the Norwegian Joy. And last but certainly not least, we're going to show off our stateroom. We're in 10519, which is an interior cabin. Pretty small interior cabin.
It's one of the smallest.
Yes, not a lot of room for much of anything. Your suitcases do fit underneath the bed, which is nice. And the bed was very comfy. Some cruise ships, like the bed or the pillows, are not the best, but this one, they're pretty solid. You did have TV. Had 4 different movie channels on it, a couple other channels, a lot of news channels. They don't get like ESPN. You get a weird Sports 24 kind of thing, so you won't get your normal sports coverage. There is one closet.
Very small.
Very small. Has some cabinet space in it, but not much. But no like drawers or stuff like that. There is a mini bar over there underneath the desk area. I will say, while the cabin was not the best, the bathroom I thought was very nice. Like a pretty spacious bathroom. I almost feel like you had more storage space for your bathroom stuff than you did regular stuff. You did a very, very nice shower. Big, very modern glass shower. And of course, the Mega Flush toilet. With its terrifying noise. And that'll do it for our cruise here on the Norwegian Joy. And I really enjoyed it. We were on a 5-night cruise, and it had some good parts and some not so good parts. Molly, what were some of your favorite things about the Norwegian Joy?
I really liked the main dining room food. I found like the main dining room food was really, really good. It surpassed most of my expectations. I also liked the waterfront and how they had the outdoor beer bars and
restaurants,
and just it was a nice place to walk and get some fresh air.
Yes, for me, it's 2 things I really enjoyed: the District Brew House with all the beers. As we're big craft beer people, and they had that program. I drank 23 beers in that one bar and won the prestigious award of a growler.
Yes.
Also, I really like the Local, which is that 24-hour diner kind of place. And I can't tell you how many times I ordered chicken wings over there on the boat.
A lot.
Absolutely.
A lot of time.
And spoiler alert, we're filming this at about 9 p.m. on the last night. Probably going to order some buffalo wings again there. And that was very tasty. I love having that for a real high-quality late food option.
They also had a lot of activities in the atrium.
Yeah,
they use the atrium all the time.
From 9 in the morning till 11 p.m., there's always something going on in there, whether it's music or trivia, game shows, things like that. I like the water slides a lot. I know you were terrified of that drop pod slide, but
way too intense. I
think they have, like, with the duo of water slides they have, one of the best combinations of water slides on a cruise ship anywhere. Now, with the good also comes the bad. There's a couple things we didn't like so much about the ship, including like the pre-mixed cocktails. Like
if you bar being pre-mixed,
which is one of your big like cocktail bars being pre-mixed, or if you go to some of the pool bars and you order something that has a lot of ingredients in it, like a bushwhacker or a mudslide, it all just comes out of a jug. And that I'm never a big fan of. That. I understand why they do it for volume and whatnot, and for a lot of the time on Norwegian, your drink plan's going to be included with the cruise cost. One
of my biggest pet peeves is so many upcharge things.
Yeah, and not of every type of thing, whether it be an attraction, like what I love to do, go-karts or laser tag, VR, but I didn't really want to pay that money for it.
And then half the front of the ship is taken off by the haven in areas that you can't go if you're not in that type of room.
And they have like eight different upcharge restaurants?
Yes.
Which all seem pretty empty. Like at no point in time did any of those seem very crowded. Now we are not only very popular sailing, but still it feels like there's only so many places on the ship you could go without spending more money.
Yes. And then another really big down for me is the engine movement. On the first night, we had really rocky seas. And
which is not the ship's fault.
No.
But there were multiple other times when the ship was just moving around, and that back half of the ship, it vibrated like you were in like a footsie-wootsy or a massage chair or something like that. There are a lot of holes in the entertainment lineup, and that is probably based on the time we're cruising. You know, there were no main shows. Should have been in the main theater, as well as a lot of...
we had to pre-book them.
Yes. And then a lot of the other venues on the boat were just kind of empty, random nights. And I don't like pre-booking anything. Like, if I'm on a cruise ship, I just like to go and relax and do things like that. Where here, like, when you get on board, you had to book the comedy and this kind of thing. And also, like, the Norwegian Joy, it's a ship that fits 4,000 people on it. And some of those venues are really, really small. Things like the Social, where they're going to do their stand-up comedy, it fits 120 people.
The Cavern is very, very small.
Yeah, and it's just like... Well, it didn't matter for our cruise. We were here with, 1,300 people or so, 1,100 people. But if you're on a full boat, you're not getting into those unless you wait a long time or pre-book in advance. And that doesn't scream like relaxing vacation to me.
Agreed. But overall, I like the ship.
Yeah, I mean, this is our 5th cruise on Norwegian, our 41st cruise overall. And it's by far been the best cruise I've had on Norwegian. Now, we had some knocks, we had some ups and downs, but I really enjoyed it. And I would love to go back on this boat.
Agreed.
All right, if you have any questions about the Norwegian Joy, let me know in the comment section below. And thank you very much for watching this video. If you guys don't watch videos like this, we can go on all these cruise ships. So thank you so much, and thanks for watching.